So just doing some final testing on my 45 Colt black powder reloads. I recently got some of this GoX Reenactor gunpowder. It does not seem, so there's no FFG or triple FG marked on there, and it doesn't seem to have a designation. But and even just looking at it, it does seem to be a mix. All right. So whatever this is, I mainly got it because it was the cheapest, cheapest real black powder they had at Midway. 777. I've got some loads of 777. Originally, I was going to do. So I've got like 500 rounds of 45 Colt to reload, and originally I was going to do it in 777, but some of the early testing I decided it was just way too hot. It's 777, triple FG, and you know, with the velocities that I tested, I'm actually getting up into 357 Magnum. You know, the lower end of that, but you know, I was getting up into pretty high power. And which is way more than what I wanted for my black powder revolver replicas. And so anyway, I've done another load of the 777 just to compare it in this test. So what I've got here, I've got my home mixed black powder, which is that first one. I've got the Reenactor with a little R on the top. I've got the 777, which is just straight out 777. I've got a 777 load with these XTP 250 grain jacketed hollow point, which need, in order for this to function as a expanding bullet, needs in the range of 700 to 1500 feet per second. So with the 777, the black powder substitute, if I can get in that range with those bullets, it's it's a usable hunting round. I've got my old 45 Colt 200 grain semi-wad cutter. It's a smokeless round that I reloaded myself. I reloaded it and decided it might just be too high of a pressure for my replicas. So I've pretty much just been using it in the Ruger Black Hawk. So that's kind of what I'm replacing now with this reload. I'm trying to get a cowboy action load, just for shooting and flinking. And which brings me to this. This is a Magtech cowboy action load. It's only got a 200 grain bullet in it. The ones I had last time were 250 grain, but that's all that was available at Midway at the moment, so I'll put those in the test as well, just so you can get an idea of the performance level of them. And then I have, on the very end, so this is a mix. It's a duplex load. I got 5 grains of 777, and I've got the case filled up to within 1/8 of an inch of top with my own black powder. So that's probably what I'm going to be shooting here at my place in the future. That's where I'm leaning towards. My own black powder on its own, it was just a little bit anemic. Didn't have a lot of power. It was fun to shoot, but didn't quite have as much power as I would have liked. So 5 grains of 777 in the bottom of it, fill it up. Oh, and by the way, all of these are reloaded with black powder or black powder equivalent, and they're all loaded to within 1/8 of an inch of the top of the case to give me enough space to compress the powder charge slightly and to seat the bullet. Anyway, so that's where they are. I'm gonna need my shooting glasses. I don't need those because I'm already wearing earplugs. Get my powder out of the road. Get my bullets out of the road. Oh, that's the XTP 452, 250 grain, back of the top. And on the top, 700 to 1500 feet per second. Okay, good, still recording. Alright, let's do this. Alright, chronograph on. So these are my old cowboy loads. These are the ones that I loaded and I decided were too hot for my replicas. It's a smokeless load. I do not even remember exactly what it was now, but it was some tiny amount of smokeless powder. I think it was a red dot, but it was such a tiny amount, it was very hard to measure that amount. Let's get this chronograph's going. 922 feet per second. Oops, this one. $832. $661. Ooh, that's not very good. Bit of a flyer there. $555. My God, it's getting worse. All right, so this one, I might have accidentally slipped in a couple of black powder. 667. Sorry, 677. So, yeah. Anyway, these last few are just a mix of bullets. Some of them 543. So some of them, these were obviously loaded with black powder or something, because they weren't. You can tell by the smoke and the smell that wasn't what I was expecting. And that's just because these are the last few bullets, and I thought I'd throw them in just to try them out. Alright, so I can pretty much ignore my old cowboy loads now. These are the new Magtech Cowboy Action 200 grain. It is a smokeless. And these are the bullets, the cartridges that are recommended for use in all those replicas, you know, like my 1858, and so all those conversion cylinders. This is what you're meant to be shooting in on. $853. $777. $776. $856. $675. $875. So there's actually quite a bit of discrepancy. You know, a lot of difference, a lot of variation in the bullet speeds for those bullets even. I actually expected better out of them. It might be that I can feel the heat in the revolver right now, so maybe it's just because my revolver's getting hot, I don't know. Haven't shot that many bullets out of it. Alright. Next one I have, 777 Triple FG 250 grains. So these were the ones that I was going to reload everything with, but I just decided they were too hot for my replicas, so I said, you know, I need to do something different. What I'm looking for with my replica revolvers, I'm looking for about 800 feet per second. Alright, 777 Triple FG 250 grain, 1098. A little feisty. 1105. 1105. Turn this off and on again. I don't know if that was an error or not. Alright. $1,080. Ooh, 1,169. $1,070. Okay, so that was 777 Triple FG, and as I mentioned earlier, they're getting a little bit on the hot side. Probably, I don't want to go that hot for my replicas. So, fun to shoot in this though. Yeah, so my test revolver is a Ruger Blackhawk, new model Blackhawk, which can withstand much higher pressures. Alright, so here's my home mixed black powder. And at some point I may even need to go and give the barrel and the cylinder a quick swab down. Although the Blackhawk does handle the black powder really well. Even it actually handles it better than my replicas. All right, so this is my home mix with a 250 grain home mix black powder with a 250 grain bullet. 614. Ooh, that was a little one. 441. 442. 682. 441. All right. So, missed one. It was only 5. 1, 2. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Anyway, no matter. I actually skipped one there. I skipped 3 just because my actual barrel is getting too hot to touch. Right, so one more finish off because I skipped 3. $567. All right. So next one is GoX Reenactor. That's that new powder I just ordered. Doesn't seem to have a designation as far as double FG or triple FG, which I don't really mind that much. I wonder why they did that. Maybe they just had a batch of stuff that wasn't very well sized and they just thought they'd put it out as Reenactor. Whatever. Okay, this is the Reenactor. Go on and off with the Crony again, off and on. A little bit. That's better. 800. 884. 815. 'Misfire. Keep it pointed down range. Just a second. I don't know why that happened. Sort it out in a minute. 874. 837. Alright, so I had one misfire. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, it's getting hot. There it is there. Yeah, you know what? It dimpled the primer, but it does look very light. And that happens with this when it starts getting dirty and fouled up. I do sometimes have a misstrike like that. So I think that's all it is. It's starting to get dirty. And it's hot. All right, I'm going to take 5 and give it a quick swab out before I finish my home mix and the XTP. Back for my home mix with 5 grains of 777 in, just to give it that little extra boost, because my home mix on its own just isn't quite powerful enough. I want to get up to about that 800 feet per second, just to keep it in line with, cowboy action loads. And actually, it looks like, the real black powder, the real Reenactor that I shot was up about that 800 feet per second. So that's what I'm aiming for. Crony off, back on, ready to go. 757. 780. Oh, a little spicy. 880. 888 actually. 846. 833. 830. All right, that's not bad. The revolver's getting really hot. All right, so I got my last 6. And these are 777, triple FG, with a 250 grain XTP jacketed hollow point. So if I can get, I think it was 700 to 1400 feet per second, if I'm getting in that range with the 777, then that's all I ever need if I ever want to be able to hunt with this. I just need to use the 777. Okay. 1036. 1050. 1082. 1043. 1088. 1084. All right. I'll bring the camera back over here. All right, so all in all, that went fairly well, apart from a one misfire. And so my home mix with 5 grains of 777, like a duplex mix, is doing what I want it to do. It's getting up and around the 800 feet per second, which is very close to the Reenactor, like the real black powder purchased from GoX. Well, I purchased it from Midway. GoX is the manufacturer. So it's in that same ballpark, so it's about the same as that. And the Magtech 200 grain smokeless cowboy action loads were a little bit all over the place. So anyway, I don't know what was going on there, but normally I prefer the 250 grain. This was a 200 grain Magtech smokeless cowboy action. So anyway, the XTP, so those are the XTP bullets, jacket hollow point, 250 grain, all up over 1,000 feet per second, and so it's within that, the range where the bullet can expand, so that makes it a pretty decent hunting load. Yeah, that was good for that, and that's just using the 777. See, what I like about doing black powder is I don't have to do all the fine measuring of weights. I can just straight up fill the case to 1/8 of an inch at top, and it's done. So, yeah, I much prefer to be able to use black powder or black powder substitute. I need to go and compare those. I think I was getting up into 1,300 feet per second with my smokeless plus P rounds out of the 45 Colt. I need to go have a look at that. Anyway, that is done.